Peace. Once again, is God time. Today I'd like to discuss the Israelites. Who are the Israelites? So many people stake claim to this and want to be the ones known as the Israelites because it comes with benefits. What are the benefits of being an Israelite? Firstly, the benefits of being an Israelite, they are the offspring of Abraham, of Isaac, and Jacob, which are the fathers of the promise. God's promise to his friend Abraham would eventually fall on the children of Jacob, who then became known as the children of Israel, the Israelites. As it is written, what advantage do they have? Much every way. Why? They were the first ones to receive the law. They were the first one to receive what it takes to serve and to please God and to keep God in your favor and not to be angry with you. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 4 tells you that the other nations would see how the Israelites would be behaving themselves and conducting themselves, and they would get praise for such wisdom. And that wisdom came from God Almighty. So everybody wants to be an Israelite. Why wouldn't they? The ultimate Israelite, Jesus Christ, which sprang out of the tribe of Judah, is the main reason why everyone wants to be an Israelite, to be able to have claim of the Messiah. The book of Romans chapter 11, Paul states it clearly that he too was of the nation of Israel. He was an Israelite, and that God's people, which are the Israelites, are not done away with. And he made his claim that he was of the tribe of Benjamin and of that seed of Abraham. And as it states in Romans chapter 3, the advantage that they had is being the ones to have the oracles of God first, to have what it is to serve and to please God first. Just like we read in Psalms 147, 19 and 20. So are the Israelites the people that's in the land right now fighting against a group of other people? Or the Israelites are the ones in Eastern Parkway and walking up and down Lee Avenue in their own community with their own police force? Or are the Israelites the people in Ethiopia and Eritrea? Or are the Israelites those of black, Puerto Rican, Dominican, so forth and so on, descent scattered throughout North, Central, and South America? Although being an Israelite is based on birthright and lineage, no one can definitively stake claim in being an Israelite. In order to do that, you would have to go back all the way to the Exodus to see that you actually come of that line of people that left out of the land of Egypt by way of Moses, by the power of God. If you can't do that, you are not an Israelite. One of the biggest curses and the biggest punishments that were placed on God's children was to be scattered. All throughout the Holy Scriptures, you read about the children of Israel being punished for their disobedience to God, and they were scattered amongst all nations. If you take an innumerable amount of people and scatter them, and then come and scatter again, and then come and scatter again, and then come and scatter again, it becomes lost. Identity gets lost. Culture gets lost. Information gets lost. So no one can definitively stake claim to that. What God is looking for is righteousness. Being an Israelite, or someone trying to stake claim on being a quote unquote physical Israelite, is not enough to make it into God's kingdom. What the Almighty is looking for is for righteousness. That's why I stated clearly in 1 Corinthians 6, 9 through 11, the prerequisites of things that are needed to do in order for you to make it into God's holy kingdom. And ultimately it boils down to righteousness. Are you righteous? Are you doing what God said to do? Also, when we read in Revelation 21, the things that are necessary for a person to do and what they are not supposed to do, which will keep them out of God's kingdom, which will get you a direct ticket into the lake of fire. But make no mistake about it, the new city that is coming down from heaven, from God, New Jerusalem, it has 12 gates. And on those 12 gates, it has 12 names. And those gates with those names on it are guarded by 12 angels. The foundation is of the 12 apostles. There's 12 manner of stones, precious gems. Just as there's 12 hours in a day, there's 12 hours in a night. There's 12 manner of fruit on the tree of life. 12 quote unquote zodiac, 12 months in a year, 12 apostles, 12 tribes. The consistency is 12. That's what we see, the number 12. Revelation chapter 7 tells you the names of all 12 tribes. And those are the names on those gates guarded by those 12 angels. And unless you have one of those names and are of that line, you will not enter into New Jerusalem. Will the nations have an opportunity to be saved? Absolutely. Anyone that is righteous will have the opportunity to be saved. Doesn't matter what nation you are. As long as every tongue confesses and every knee bows to the name of the Holy Messiah, you will not be saved. This is what Paul was speaking about the whole time in Romans chapter 11 in regards to the nations being grafted in. And the only way they can continue is through their belief and their faith in the Holy Messiah. What gives the Israelite an advantage? What gives the Israelite an advantage? They were already born, chosen. But that's still not enough. You have to be righteous. You have to develop a pattern of good works. It's not a free-for-all, do as you will, because the king already died and shed his blood. This is what a lot of Christian groups will teach you and tell you. But you still have to have good works. And it tells you that God is not unjust to forget your good works. So are you an Israelite?